Hello Year 10 and happy Friday. We've made it through to another week. I've got a long, massive piece of paper here of things that I want to discuss with you today's assembly. To wrap up, obviously, yet again, another week of your virtual learning, and just to pass on our sort of words of pride again for those that are engaging fully within their subjects and within their areas of learning. Me and Miss Gordon, obviously, we mentioned that there's going to be a reward for those people that are obviously engaging. I've been given the go-ahead for that, so we've got some vouchers that will be sent out to those winners. So we'll be pulling names out of the hat and we'll be announcing that for next Friday. So if you are fully engaged in all of your lessons, including form time, so we're going to be looking at it as well. So engaged in all of your lessons and in form time, and not just being passive. We want to hear about obviously the fact that you're providing answers and you're sending your work in, and you're sending. I mean, what I've been getting some of my classes to do is send a picture of what it is that they've been doing and then uploading that into the private chats, and that's working quite well. So that's something to think about if you want to show off and showcase your work. I think that would be fantastic for teachers to see. On the back of that, we are rolling out in class charts student engagement points. So there'll be positives and negatives. So obviously if teachers think that you are worthy of some positive points, they'll be throwing those on. But likewise, if they think you are worthy of some negative points because you're not applying yourself as you should be in lessons, and you're using the chat feature as you would as if it was a Snapchat chat, then obviously that's going to go down as a negative. And I always talk about this, don't I, guys? Don't give us any more work to do. Make our lives easy. So give us all the positives, so I don't have to then talk about any of the negatives, and it just makes everybody's life a lot nicer, doesn't it? So with that in mind, this week's focus was resilience. It was looking at how we can be a little bit more resilient within our day-to-day life. I think for me personally, with COVID at the moment, it is obviously quite testing and quite trying. So every day becomes a new challenge, and something that obviously I'm finding difficult every day is the fact that we've got miserable weather and there seems to be no end to all of this, and that tests the most resilient of us all. So it's just to obviously touch on the theme for the week was how we can develop our resilience. And hopefully you've looked through the PowerPoints and you've had a little chat with your form tutors and had a little pep talk with yourself to say that this is okay, it can be difficult, but we can rise above it because I've rose above X, Y, and Z. And I like to think as well, the summertime, when we were in the first lockdown, we managed. It was difficult, it was hard, but there are elements of that we can take to bring to this lockdown and realise that it won't last forever, because nothing lasts forever. So this testing time will be testing at this moment in time, but we've obviously got something to look forward to. Got the vaccine that's rolling out, and hopefully there is light at the end of the tunnel. So looking at resilient, it's being able to sort of access the points in your life to make it into a bit of a positive, rather than just looking at the focus on those negative points, and looking at how we can develop ourselves based on where we have come and how far we have come. I've got lots of areas in my life, obviously, that I'm finding self-development over these horrible sort of times that we're in, and resilience is definitely one of them. But I'm looking at it as a challenge and as something that we can be putting into our daily practices, and sort of evaluating how I got over the first hurdle so I can get over the next. And it's being able to look at that. Unfortunately, resilience, I think, is something that we could roll out for quite a number of weeks, really, and one week doesn't give it enough justice, because it's a massive subject and it's a massive area. So if it's something that you're really, really keen on developing with yourselves, I would most definitely look at on the internet for accessing some more resources and developing your own resilience. I know that there's a lot of organisations out there that obviously help children because of the time that we're in at the moment. They've just popped up to help individuals. So that was kind of like the focus for this week. With that in mind, I just want to talk about internet safety. Obviously, we've moved our whole lives onto the internet at the moment, and it's become a bit of the norm. What I want to just drill home on is to make sure that all your normal internet safety protocols are obviously being adhered to. If you are swaying off topic and Googling things that you shouldn't be, or you are sort of finding things that you perhaps shouldn't, then you need to just be aware, keep a check on all of your privacies, and just be aware that I had a chat with somebody. It's Thursday night here, so I had a chat with somebody today because they'd put a comment up on the group chat within a form time, and I just reminded them to say that it's not, there's absolutely nothing private on the internet. If you put it out there, lots of people will see it. So that's likewise for social media. So I don't want to discuss too much in the assembly about online safety, but I think we understand and we know it now. We're old enough that you've got to look after yourselves when you're out there on the internet. So just log in, do your lessons, and then log off. Literally get some time away from your phones, time away from your devices, and spend some time actually talking to real human beings that you live with. A couple of people have approached me about head boy, head girl prefects, those kind of things that we should be really pushing this time of year. It's definitely on the radar. I've had a conversation with Mr. Giles, and I said, look, we need to start thinking about my super lot, to think about who we're going to be employing as head boy, head girl, or who we've got in ideas for prefects. So that's out there. The only thing I would be saying is that if you are keen on becoming a prefect, or head boy or head girl is something that you would like to perhaps pursue, then I think you've got to really think about how you can get involved with the greater community of the school. So if you want to deliver an assembly, because surely everybody's getting a bit bored of my face by now every week. So if somebody else wants to come and deliver an assembly, then please get in touch. I did throw out some ideas about these mental health ambassadors. That is something that's going to go ahead. I haven't just put that out there and then forgotten about it. I think COVID has put a pause on any of those plans at the moment, but I've let Mr. Owens know so we can finance that. That's definitely going to go ahead. And these are the sort of things that you need to be getting involved in. There is going to be opportunities to definitely do more assemblies. So ideally, if we were in school, I would be saying you need to get up and you need to have a go and you need to deliver something in assembly. So if that is something that you think you might quite like the idea or quite like to have a go at, then obviously let me know or let Miss Gordon know, and we can definitely arrange that. And it's that kind of leadership skill that we would definitely be looking for. So you might be going and doing all of the extracurricular sporting activities, but what else are you giving to school? What else is it that you are doing? And it's having that in the back of your mind every time you see something flag up, or help needed, or Miss Williams needs this help, or Miss Gordon needs this help. Just think, oh, that might go ahead to go for me for if I want to go to be head boy or head girl. Obviously, things like Duke of Edinburgh, that's a big tick, isn't it? That's showing great initiative. So it's things like that if you want to go off to then become leaders within our year group next year, then it's worth having a little think about. So yeah, that's about it. It's been an incredibly long day for me today. We've had parents' evening tonight, so I've had my lessons. I've been in school, I've come home, I've logged on, done my parents' evening. It's now coming past, it's just after 7 o'clock at night, and my eyes have literally glazed over. So I cannot say this enough, guys. Once you are logging off those lessons and you have got that chance to have that downtime, then I really, really think that it needs to be pursued. So just need to take that moment to take a step back from your computer and have a breather, and then you can crack on for your next lessons. I know that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm back in school on Monday if anybody else is about. If not, have a fantastic weekend. Spend some time with your families, spend some time with your loved ones, and engage in an actual conversation face to face. All right, my loves, have a great one. I'll speak to you soon.